As you can see right here, they had this Monday Night War Volume 2. We are back at the Gamestops this week. They've had so many great deals going on. And then near the end of this row, we found XCOM 2, which really shocked me to see how cheap it was. Hello everyone, it's Austin and we are back with another episode of my $10 Nintendo Collection series. In last week's episode, we scored huge at a bunch of games at GameStop. They've been having a ton of deals, and this week we're hoping to check out some more GameStops too, because they've been having their 4 for 40 and 4 for 20, 4 for 10 deals. To start off this video, just wanted to update you guys on some games that I'm currently playing and talk a little bit about the gaming landscape as of right now. I feel like the start of 2025 has been a bit hectic in terms of video games releasing and updates and leaks and rumors. The Nintendo Switch 2 being a big topic when it comes to video game prices and pre-order sales. But I feel like there have been a ton of really solid games that released already this year. Xbox has been killing it with some exclusives and their Game Pass subscription. If you've been following some of my videos, you may know that I've been playing the PlayStation 5 a ton. Most recently, I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima, and it was super fun for like the first 10 hours of that game. But now I'm seeing it get a little bit more repetitive, and I'm just not as invested into the story as I would like to be. So I'm actually taking a break from this game to play some other games that I'm very excited about. The first game being Claire Obscure's Expedition 33. I wanted to pick this up on the PlayStation 5 as well, but after looking it up online, you just can't find this game, a physical copy, anywhere. So what I had to do was get the Xbox Series X out again, hook it up, and playing it on Game Pass. That's why Game Pass is such a solid deal as of right now. You get access to so many great games. So I just started Expedition 33, and my first impressions about this game are, wow, the graphics look great, but also this game is super difficult. I'm playing on the Expedition difficulty right now, and just fought through like the first boss. I've lost like a couple battles already, but you really have to learn the attack and timing of certain monsters. We'll see if the game gets a little bit easier as I get farther along, but I'm really enjoying and really invested in the story so far. Another game that I really want to jump into next is the Oblivion Remaster. I'm a big Bethesda fan, and I've never played all the way through the Oblivion game. The graphics look amazing, and I've only heard great things from this remaster, so I can't wait to jump into this game next. And then another sleeper game that I want to play is Atomfall, which is an open world exploration, a little bit difficult style game. Reminds me a little bit of Elden Ring, the way you get to explore things, and that's the main reason why I'm excited for it. But yeah, there's just so much to play, and we got the Switch 2 releasing soon as well. Overall though, 2025 has been an amazing year for video games. Back to this collection though, our game funds are a little bit low, so hopefully we can sell some more stuff. But we're gonna go back out there and just add a ton more games into our collection. Here we are at the game showcase, and we got a couple more sales. The first item is going to be this Red Dead Redemption 2 on the PlayStation 4, and this one sold for $16.50. The next item we have is also right here, this John Woo Presents Stranglehold, which is one that we actually sold recently and sells pretty quick. This game sold for around 15 bucks. And then the last item we sold is going to be a pair of Nike shoes, and these sold for $36. Awesome pickup and a flip for that one. We got a quick sale. Sold a game right here. This Lucha Libre Heroes del Ring game for the PlayStation 3. And this one sold for around $20. Let's go ahead and get this one packaged and shipped. After eBay fees and shipping, this is how much we'll get to add back to the game fund. Checking out a Goodwill for this week, just at the local one, and been seeing a lot more games out here on these shelves. Some Xbox 360 games, mostly just sports titles from what I can see. Any decent ones? NBA Live 09, wow. Wipeout 2, you got some Xbox One games as well, some FIFA games, and this Madden 25 game, is that worth anything still? Some Lego games on the Wii, and then you got some PS3 games right here. Little League Baseball. Whoa, you don't see this one every day. You got a GameCube game. I think I actually picked this one up already.
at another Goodwill. So all these games are marked at like $5, which is a little bit higher than what I'm used to seeing. You got this Jimmy Neutron game. I looked at a couple of these already and they were missing the manuals, unfortunately. But I think this is a pretty interesting one to pick up. We'll hang on to it for now. Need for Speed Rivals. You got these Tony Hawk games, and there's actually a couple of them, and some of them are missing the manual as well. So Project 8, missing the manual, and then American Wasteland, which is also missing a manual. So I'll debate on these for sure. An Xbox 360 game right here. Not even gonna try to pronounce that, but complete, so it could be one to also pick up. And then this Tony Hawk game, Pro Skater 4, is actually complete. So yeah, we'll probably be picking that up. Now Goodwill again has been sending me tons of like deals and coupons to use. They gave me a $10 coupon to use if I spend over $35, which is a lot actually. But if we can get enough stuff, or maybe like a pair of shoes, maybe we can take advantage of that and end up paying a little bit less than the $5 that they're charging for this. And then I'm also just seeing a couple more PS2 games over here. This Air Blade, no idea what this is. They made so many of these gimmicky games. And some Guitar Hero games, all $5 as well. In the shoe section now, in the men's area, and spotted some Ultra Boosts. These are, well, I'm not sure what number pair these are, but one of the more recent ones. They're in really good condition. Some lost traction on the bottom, but they got it priced at $6.99. These value for around 30 to 40 bucks. And since we're gonna be purchasing it for a deal, I'd say it's worth picking up. Just gonna quickly inspect it again. Shouldn't be much cleaning I need to do, if any, on this. I mean, the laces look good, the top looks good, it's a clean colorway. I think I'm gonna grab this. It's a size 8.5 as well, so not the most desirable one.
We're back in the car, and that was a fun little stop. Found a good handful of games, and was able to quickly find a pair of shoes to pair up with this as well. I'll take some time to quickly go over what I got. Picked up this Jimmy Neutron game for $5. We got a couple Tony Hawk games, just this Pro Skater 4, and then also Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. This one is missing a manual, but seemed to hold a little bit more value than the other one. Also decided to grab these two random games. Each of these games would have cost me around $3 to $4. And then lastly, this Madden 25 apparently still goes for around 15 to 20 bucks. And then can't forget the pair of shoes that I also grabbed for 6 or 7 bucks. Such a great deal. I think once we flip this, it pretty much pays for all the games that we got. For our next stop, we're checking out Eway's Sales and Pawn Store in northern Wisconsin, and I typically find some valuable items here. We're checking out the game section first, and unfortunately there just wasn't a lot here. Taking a peek at the PS4 section, and they got all these Destiny copies. They have this Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which isn't a bad one. The bad thing is that a lot of these are priced pretty high and just not worth picking up. They even had a couple PS5 games marked pretty high. I did find this Rock Band 2 for $3. Not sure if this is worth it or not. Just gonna put that aside. Just gonna quickly show you guys what else I found in the Xbox section. Again, there really wasn't too much. All the way on the left though, I found some WWE games, and this one actually didn't have a price on it. So let's see if I can bring it up and see what kind of price they'll give me for this one. Didn't really have much luck in the game section, so decided to take a peek at some Blu-rays, and each of these were $3 a piece. After looking through this section for a bit, they actually had some surprisingly good TV shows and movies on Blu-ray. As you can see right here, they had this Monday Night War Volume 2. And the thing with WWE Blu-rays is they do hold some value. I also found this anime movie right here called Belle. And I've actually never seen this one before, so decided to grab this one too. And then on the bottom row, we got some classics like this Edge of Tomorrow movie. Love that one. We got Hangover Part 2. It was a steel book, so decided to go with this one as well. I found this Waitress the Musical on Blu-ray, and musicals tend to do decently well. Next, I found Book of Clarence. Absolutely loved this movie and highly recommend it for you guys to watch as well. I decided to pass on it though because it doesn't really hold too much value. We found The Shining. I actually just recently watched this movie and thought it was okay. And then we got Bullet Train. I love this movie as well. I didn't have it in my collection, so I decided to grab it too. So that's already a total of 5 items. And I think this is what we're gonna go with.
So I'm interested in these. A lot of them are just Blu-rays, but
Have you watched this one yet?
yeah.
The fight with her is my favorite.
Oh yeah, we went to the theaters to watch it, and I was like so shocked to see how good it was.
Less than $1, $18.72.
Okay.
Here at the Game Showcase, we got a quick sale. We just sold this PSP game. It's actually this Sims 2 Castaway. And we sold this one for $23. Not a bad one. Picked it up at GameStop for around $5. We just sold another game, and it's going to be down here, just this PSP game. This Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. Seems like PSP games are very desirable nowadays. This one is complete and in pretty good condition. Also a greatest hits title. This one sold for $19. We just made another sale, and it's a huge one. We actually sold this little dongle right here, and this Guitar Hero dongle for the PS4 sold for $55. Awesome pickup and flip with this one. Let's go ahead and get these items packaged and shipped. After eBay fees and shipping, this is how much we'll get to add back to the game fund. We are back at the Gamestops this week. They've had so many great deals going on. As you can see, a 4 for $40 and a 4 for $10 deal. I think for this stop, we're going to be doing the 4 for $10. So if we can find some games for under $5, we'll be able to get 4 of them for around $2.50 each. Checking out the Xbox 360 section, and they got some great classic games for under $5. Like these Batman games. They even have this Game of the Year edition for Arkham City. Usually when I'm looking for Xbox 360 games, I look for the obscure ones that could potentially hold some value as well. But GameStop did have a decent amount of games for under $5 in this section, like this MX vs ATV. And then down here I found this Scream Ride game for $5. Never seen this one before, so definitely considered it. I didn't see much in the PS2 section, so we're checking out the PS3 next, and I found Killzone 2 for $5. For sure considered this one as well. And then the next game I saw was this Resident Evil 5 for $5. Let's take a look at the Wii section next. They had some great Guitar Hero games, along with a Rock Band 3 game right here for $20. I feel like that's not too bad. But there were a couple of Wii U games that caught my interest. The Skylander Superchargers for $5, along with Skylander Giants. And these actually value a little bit more than what they're marked at, so I think I will go ahead and grab these.
Just these 4 games.
To close out the week, we're checking out another GameStop, and for this one, we're gonna try to look for the 4 for $40 deal. So games under $20, if we can find 4 of them, they'll each be $10 a piece. And checking out the retro section first. Unfortunately for this one, I didn't find too much. Got a Need for Speed Carbon on the PS3. Just browsed around a little bit, and yeah, I'm gonna pass on all of this. So decide to look at the Nintendo Switch section next and see what we can find for under 20 bucks. This store in particular had a ton of these games. Let's take some time to go through these games down here. And the first game I saw was Monster Hunter Rise, which caught my attention, and definitely considered that one. We got this Namco Museum arcade pack, and this has a ton of games included in this collection. The next game I considered was this Sonic Colors Ultimate game. I believe I have this in my personal collection already, so I might pass on that. But we got SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, and would love to pick up a SpongeBob game for my collection. And then near the end of this row, we found XCOM 2, which really shocked me to see how cheap it was. I know this is a pretty popular game. It includes all of the DLC. And then we got Zoids Battle Blast Unleashed. Big fan of Zoids, and I don't have this one yet, so I think this will be an awesome one to grab. Let's take a look at the PS5 section next, and it really surprised me just to see how many games were under $20 here. You got this Dark Pictures Anthology along with Dead Island 2. We even had this Dragon Ball Z game for under 20 bucks. PS5 games, I feel like, have definitely gone down in value. We are now back in the game room, and that wraps up the game hunting for this week. Let's take some time now to go over all of our pickups. So we picked up a ton of items this week, especially at GameStops. They've just been having so many deals, and I just couldn't pass up on those. But starting off at Goodwill, we picked up 7 items. Let's go over all our game pickups. We got Madden 25 on the Xbox One. Not sure why this one still holds a decent amount of value. We got Birds of Prey on the Xbox 360. Not even going to try to pronounce that first part of the name, but this is your aerial plane combat game. Not a bad one if you're into these older military style games. We got a handful of PlayStation 2 games. First one we got is Jimmy Neutron Attack of the Twonkies. Jimmy Neutron is back, and now he must find new gadgets, create new inventions, and save Retroville from Twonky terror. We also got a couple of Tony Hawk games. This one is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, and this was the only complete one, so definitely had to grab it. I'm not exactly sure how much we got these for. We paid $28 for 7 items, so I guess that's $4 a game. And then we also got Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. They made just so many Tony Hawk games back in the days. This one holds a little bit of value. Next, we picked up Airblade on the PlayStation 2, developed by Namco, and this is actually a hoverboard type of game. They just made the strangest games back in the days. And then lastly, we just got these pair of Adidas Ultra Boost shoes, originally marked at around $7. We also had that $10 off coupon that we used for this too, so yeah, hopefully we can sell these pretty quick. For our next visit, we stopped at a pawn shop called E-Ways Sales and Pawn in northern Wisconsin. and picked out a good handful of stuff actually. I didn't really see any game deals there. We did manage to pick up this WWE 2K20 Deluxe Edition, and they just gave me an insane deal on all of this stuff. We paid around $18 and picked up 6 items, so each of these items is about $3 a piece. Now I'm gonna go over some of these movies that I picked up. Some of them I'm just gonna be adding to my personal collection, and some of them I'm gonna be flipping. So the first one is this Belle animated movie. I remember when this released in theaters, I definitely had some interest in watching it, but I think this one revolves a lot more around music, and it's one that I'm definitely gonna have to check out. The next one we got is Bullet Train on Blu-ray, and this is actually one of my favorites. Highly recommend this movie. I believe it's on Netflix still that you can watch. It is a comedy movie starring Brad Pitt, and it's just a lot of fun, a lot of fighting and action. They have some of my favorite actors and actresses in this movie as well. Next we got this Waitress, the musical, on Blu-ray, and this is just an uncommon one. I'm not sure exactly how much it's going for on eBay, but will be one for me to flip. Definitely be on the lookout for musicals or live performances. These tend to hold a little bit more value. We got this WWE Blu-ray as well. For some reason, WWE films on Blu-ray hold some value too. I'm guessing this is some kind of collection. It's volume 2 and contains 3 discs. And then lastly, we just got this Hangover Part 2. This is a Steelbook Blu-ray, and I've actually never seen these Hangover movies. Maybe I'll sit down and marathon through all of them. Moving on to our GameStop pickups, they had a 4 for $10 and 4 for $40 deal going on. We got these 4 games for $10, so around $2.50 a game. We picked up 2 Wii U games, this Skylander Giants and Skylander Superchargers. Just wanted to add more Wii U games to my collection, and this game actually includes Donkey Kong, which I did not know. Apparently there is a Donkey Kong figure as well, which I had never seen before. And then we got 2 PlayStation 3 games. I just decided to grab this copy of Killzone 2. I've never played these Killzone games. You guys let me know if this is a good one in the series. And then lastly, we just got Resident Evil 5. This is the classic. I've only played a little bit of this in couch co-op. And then last but not least, we picked up 4 games for the 4 for $40 deal. These games are all marked at $20 a piece, but we got them for $10. The first game we got is this Namco Museum Arcade Pack. This is a huge collection on the Switch. It's got your typical Pac-Man games, Dig Dug, Galaga, but also includes some surprisingly great side-scrollers as well, like Splatterhouse and the Rolling Thunder games. Next we picked up Zoids Wild Blast Unleashed. And I was actually a big fan of the anime growing up, and played a couple of the Zoids games. This game is unique because it's a fighting game with mechs. Next, we picked up this SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. Apparently, this is a remaster of the original one that released back in 2003. A fun 3D platformer, the visuals look great, and they did a great job remaking the world of SpongeBob. Last game we got is this XCOM 2 collection. I thought this was just awesome to be able to pick up for $10. I've never played an XCOM game, but it's your traditional tactical combat. Also includes this War of the Chosen expansion, which I heard is really big as well. Tons of gameplay that you can be had in this game. And that wraps it up for this week. Gonna add it all to our collection. It feels like we've been finding so much over the past couple of weeks, so hoping to keep this hot streak going. But that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys all for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next one.